I was destroyed, like on the ground, like crying.
Kelly Clarkson was 6 years old when her father Stephen walked out of her life at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. He left Kelly with her mom in Texas, took her brother to California, and sent her sister to live with an aunt in North Carolina. The family was so poor they couldn't afford phone calls. Kelly spent years begging for his love, trying to build a relationship, only to be rejected over and over. She wrote "Because of You" at 16. She wrote piece by piece as an adult, and when her father died in 2018, they were still estranged. This is the heartbreaking story of Kelly Clarkson's father, who abandoned her twice.
Have you stayed in touch with your father?
No, I've never really been in touch with him. And I know a lot of people go, oh, but it's not really that situation. I think if you don't grow up with it, it's hard to miss something you never had.
Kelly Breanne Clarkson was born April 24th, 1982 in Fort Worth, Texas. Her mom Jean was a first-grade English teacher. Her dad Stephen Michael Clarkson was a former engineer. Kelly was the youngest of 3 kids with older brother Jason and sister Alyssa. When Kelly was 6, her parents divorced after 17 years of marriage. Stephen didn't just leave his wife. He literally walked away from his family at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Kelly remembers watching his back as he walked toward the airport. She wrote about this moment in Piece by Piece with the lyrics, "And all I remember is your back, walking towards the airport, leaving us all in your past."
Definitely tried a few times, but I think, you know, even if it's not your father, whoever it is in your life, if someone presents such a cancerous environment, and then just keeps hurting you, and even if they're doing it inadvertently and they just don't know better, you should just not have that person in your life.
The family didn't just lose their father, they lost each other. Stephen moved to California and took Jason. Alyssa was sent to live with their aunt in North Carolina. Kelly stayed in Texas with her mom. 3 kids, 3 different states, no way to stay in touch. Kelly explained on SiriusXM, "We didn't grow up together at all. Because of the divorce, my sister grew up with my aunt and uncle in North Carolina, and my brother grew up with my dad in California, and I grew up in Texas with my mom. Why couldn't they stay connected? Money." Kelly's mom was struggling financially as a teacher, raising Kelly alone. Kelly described their situation on CBS Sunday Morning in 2015, saying, "We lived, like, pre-paycheck to pre-paycheck. They were so poor that calling her siblings wasn't an option. We couldn't even afford to call." Kelly revealed.
Growing up, did you worry about money?
We lived like pre-paycheck to pre-paycheck. So I definitely had this whole mentality. I was like, whatever I'm gonna do, I just don't wanna have to worry about that. I always used to hate though when people would be like, money doesn't buy everything when you're little and poor. Rich people say that, not poor people. I don't know one poor person that's going, money doesn't buy you happiness. It pays you to get out of eviction notices, so that's pretty good.
Kelly's mom eventually remarried Jimmy Taylor, who had 5 children of his own. Suddenly, Kelly went from baby of 3 to having 8 siblings total. Life was conservative. Church every Sunday and Wednesday. Kelly was the youth group leader, but she was bottling up pain. Kelly's mom recognized this. She shoved paper and pen in front of Kelly and said, "If you're not gonna talk about it, you need to write about it." That's how Kelly became a songwriter.
Because of You is my favorite song I've ever put out, and purely because it was the first song. I fought like hell for that song. Like, I fought to get on my first album, and my label didn't like it. Nobody wanted to hear me write. They're like, you're a singer, da da da. Even though I wrote on Miss Independent, which was like my first single. But anyway, it's my struggle song as a writer. As a singer, you know, my labels always backed me. You know, they believe in me as a singer. Obviously, I won a singing competition, but they didn't know me as a writer. So it was really, you know, in all fairness to them, hard for them to get used to the fact that I was a writer as well, because they didn't know me. But Because of You ended up being that song. I fought and fought and fought and finally got it on my second record, Breakaway.
At 16, Kelly wrote Because of You. The lyrics were raw. Because of you, I never stray too far from the sidewalk. Because of you, I learned to play on the safe side so I don't get hurt. Because of you, I'm ashamed of my life because it's empty. Because of you, I am afraid. Kelly told MTV in 2005. It's about the cycle of families. Like you act how your parents acted towards you, and then your kids act how you acted towards them. And it's all about breaking that cycle. She had to get permission from her family to release it. The year before Kelly auditioned for American Idol in 2002, her brother Jason got married in Alaska. Kelly, Jason, and Alyssa met up there. First time in years together. We kept in contact from then on, Kelly said. Despite being separated their entire childhood, if you saw us, we act exactly the same. It's like we grew up together. But her relationship with her father never healed. Kelly tried multiple times. She explained on Skavlan in 2017, I definitely tried a few times. And I did that more for my brother. He's got such a big heart and he wanted it to work. Every time Kelly reached out, her father rejected her. It felt humiliating. She said, "You're like, I shouldn't have to work this hard for someone's love. That's a little ridiculous." And at that point, you grow up so much to where you go, okay, I don't even think you're capable.
Came with that, like, characteristic or something. Like, it's like, and it's sad, honestly, for him, because he's...
Kelly realized her father was incapable of love. It's sad, honestly, for him. Not only missing out on me, but my kids, my sister, my brother. He misses out on a lot. In 2015, Kelly wrote Piece by Piece. By this time, she was married to Brendan Blackstock with daughter River Rose. Becoming a mother made Kelly understand the depth of what her father did. I didn't realize the gravity until I had a child of my own. She told Huffington Post, I can't imagine walking away from my little girl. The original Piece by Piece praised Brendan for being the father Kelly never had. After their divorce, Kelly changed the lyrics to reflect her own strength, transforming it into an anthem about healing herself. The lyrics also hint Steven tried coming back after Kelly got famous. I made something of myself and now you want to come back. But your love isn't free. It has to be earned. Back then I didn't have anything you needed. So I was worthless. The song implies Steven asked Kelly for money.
Song in a sense of like, saying aloud like, yes, I did have help and somebody helped put me back together. I think a lot of people would view that as weakness, but I think it's a strength to trust someone, to do that.
But the line, Kelly, that a man can be kind and a father can stay.
Yeah. Well, and it's my husband, he came in my life and he's, the complete opposite of how my father was. So it was.
How so?
Well, he was present. He wins for being around. That's why I think it's so funny when people try and be so mean in the press. I'm like, once your dad basically is like you're unwanted, you can say anything and it's not going to bother me.
And people have been mean to you, and you seem to handle it very, very well.
Well, I think it's just such a cheap shot sitting behind a computer and, if I'd rather somebody just be mean to my face and then I'll be like, all right, cool, that's how you feel.
But most people are very sensitive about our weight.
Yeah.
But you've just sort of embraced it. You're not the girl out in public when they're talking saying, I better eat a salad because I know people are watching.
Oh, no. I would do the opposite because...
What does that mean?
Like if somebody were to say, oh, you shouldn't be eating that, I'm going to eat like 5, like right in front of your face.
February 2019, Kelly revealed to Forbes that her father had died months ago in 2018. She'd kept his death private. They never reconciled. Kelly told Skavlan, I know a lot of people go, but it's not really that situation. If you don't grow up with it, it's hard to miss something you never had. She felt no anger. I have no hatefulness, no anger, no nothing about it. Even if it's not your father, whoever it is. If someone presents such a cancerous environment and keeps hurting you, at some point you have to cut them off. In 2022, amid her divorce from Brandon, Kelly made a symbolic decision. She dropped both her married name Blackstock and her maiden name Clarkson. She adopted her middle name Brienne as her last name, legally cutting ties to both men who hurt her. Today, Kelly credits her traumatic childhood for making her stronger. She told Skavlan, I've had such hard things family-wise happen at such a young age that in the industry, they say anything and I'm like, okay. Kelly's fiercely protective of her children River and Remy. When Brandon died in August 2025, Kelly was devastated for her kids. A source told Page 6, Kelly's biggest fear during the divorce was that her kids would grow up feeling distant from their father. She always wanted to spare them that. Even though her marriage ended badly, Kelly fought to maintain Brandon's relationship with their kids because she knew what growing up without a father felt like. So there's the real story. Kelly's father abandoned her at 6 at an airport, separated her from siblings, left them so poor they couldn't afford phone calls, rejected every attempt she made to build a relationship, asked for money after she got famous, died without reconciling. But Kelly survived. She wrote anthems, built a $60 million empire, broke the cycle with her own kids. That's revenge on a father who thought she was worthless. Hit subscribe for more real stories.